What's up guys, Frank Fulci back again with another monthly haul, unboxing and collection update video. Before we jump into today's haul, make sure you guys click on the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon for notifications of all future uploads. Welcome back guys, it's been a while and you can probably see that I fucked up the intro to that because I'm so used to saying weekly, but it's been way past weekly. I think it's maybe 5 or 6 weeks since my last video, my last update. So just ignore that little stutter step in the beginning and let's jump into it, guys. So a lot has happened since my last video, actually, and I wasn't even going to do this. I kind of am just doing this on a whim. It's fucking super hot here in New York still in almost middle of September, but that's alright because before you know it, we'll be freezing to death and I'll be complaining about that. But anyway, guys, since my last video, I've actually had fucking spine surgery. So you guys, if you've been watching my channel for any extended period of time, you know for many years, decades even at this point, I was dealing with crazy back pain. And I always knew it was from the herniated discs. I've had herniated discs, multiple herniated discs in my back since I was 17. Around that age anyway, 17, 18. I think it was closer to 17. But anyway, and I was just able to get shots over the years and, you know, injections straight into the spine to calm down the inflammation, and that would enable me to go on further for a year or two, and then it would be the same thing. Well, it got to the point where I couldn't do anything about it anymore, and I had to have surgery. Luckily, it was minimally invasive. I'm still healing now. It's now about 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks, Tuesday. I'm filming this on Sunday, so 2 days from now will be 4 weeks exactly. But I was in and out of the hospital the same day. I have about a 2.5-inch scar on my back, but they basically removed bone from my spine and removed part of the disc itself that was really pressing down on the nerve. The nerve basically had zero space to move anymore, so no amount of injections were even able to get in there and whatever. So I'm going to be paying medical bills for the rest of my life, and yeah, so that's where I'm at, physically, mentally, whatever, but I've had a bunch of things piling up. Now, as things came these last couple of months, or month and a half, whatever it's been since my last video, I've kind of just been opening them because I didn't know when the next video was going to be, so this is going to be a half unboxing like I normally do, and a half just showing things off quickly. There's quite a pile of stuff here. Yeah, quite a big pile of stuff here. I don't know if I've showed off some of these. There's a bunch of books that, like, maybe I've shown already, maybe not. Actually, there's probably a couple more I'm going to grab off my shelf that I've already read. But, yeah, might as well show these ones off, too. I think I already showed that. But anyway, yeah, I'll jump into it. Like I said, first we'll just be showing off things quick, rattling them off, showing you what I've gotten. Again, these are first things I'll do were books, then I'll show some movies that are unwrapped already or unboxed, and then I'll do some unboxings. Really, the unboxings are only Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and then one Amazon package. So that's enough rambling. 3.5 minutes in, and I haven't even showed anything yet. So first up, guys, you guys know that I've been doing a bunch of reading, extreme horror stuff, and Judith Sonnet is definitely, if not the favorite of mine, you know, my favorite. She's at least in the top 2 or 3. But Judith Sonnet right here, this is one I've been wanting to read forever for the sake of, I actually did read it, I ran through it. It's a pretty quick read for me, and I loved it. So yeah, for the sake of Judith Sonnet, that's actually one of her first books, and that was a re-release of it, so I'm glad I got my hands on it. There's another one by her, not as fun for me, or I don't want to use the word fun for extreme horror, but not as good for me. This one's called Earth vs. the Nudist Camp Freaks. This was a really quick one, again, very short. Throwback to like 50s sci-fi creature feature monster movies, so G-rated, not really extreme, and you know, the cursing and stuff was very minimal. No cursing. The hardest curse in here was bastard, but that was all done on purpose, obviously, by Judith. Very fun, though. This one was fun. Well, this one wasn't really even that extreme. This one was okay. I'm trying to remember as I go through these in my head. Sorry about this glistening here, guys. It harkens back to the days when I used to drip in my fucking videos. I have the air conditioner on, but it's in the other room, and it's not making its way in here. Anyway, The Mound by Brian G. Berry. I've read a couple of his books at this point, but this one was alright. It took me a little longer to read than I expected, especially considering it's only like 62 pages, but it wasn't my favorite, but still, you know, happy to have it in the collection, of course. Another by Judith, Bloodsuck. This one actually, I don't think it's spoilery if I say this because there's fangs here, but it's an extreme horror novel or novella having to do with vampires. So that was a nice change of pace. Judith is one of these authors that I've read so many books now, but like not a single or not any two books are ever alike. She's written so many books and they're all so different. And again, some of them aren't extreme, which I still enjoy them, but even the extreme ones, she proves that you can be extreme and still have an imagination. It doesn't all have to be the same, but that's that. This one was really fun. I can use fun for this. House Squatch. This was another Brian G. Berry one, and this was probably my favorite of his that I've read so far. I've read maybe like 4 or 5 at this point. It's exactly what you guys envision. Apparently there's actually an SRS Cinema movie that is House Squatch about a Bigfoot, like super low budget if you guys know SRS Cinema. And this is the novelization of that, and I gotta tell you, I don't watch SRS Cinema movies releases. I don't own any, and I don't think I ever will, and I can't. I draw the line with super low budget stuff, and watching the trailer for that just proves to me that I'm never gonna watch that, or confirms to me. But this book was fun as fuck, and I'd rather reread this 10 more times than ever probably see the movie. But this was really fun, so definitely recommend that one. A whole bunch more books here. Again, I apologize if I have shown. I probably only showed 1 or 2 of these, if any at all. But I'll go through them quick. And most of these I have not read yet. Raptornator. Yeah, by another Brian G. Berry. This one's going to be fun. I've been reading a lot of Killer Dinosaur books recently, and I figured why not add this to the list. I think that was sent to me. Might have been sent to me by the good brother, Andrew, but I was trying to think. Andy. I'm trying to think. Some of these were sent as gifts, some of them weren't, some of them I bought. So again, I apologize if you guys sent these to me and I'm not saying your name, but again, they've been sitting around for so long. This one I've not read yet. This is another Judith sonnet, so excited for that. I'll read a couple of books by other authors and then go back to a Judith, because I've always enjoyed Judith's books. I've not found one yet that I've disliked, and there are other author books that I'm not enjoying from time to time. So to like cleanse my palate or like a little minor reset, I always go back to another Judith book. So I don't want to read them all right away. But next up we have part 2 of a trilogy. This I might have showed off, I think, because Andy sent this. White Trash, Broken Pieces of June. But then he also sent part 3. I don't know. I can't lose track. But what pisses me off is these are both different sizes. And I think part 1 is a different size from them as well. Now, I don't mind thickness being different, of course, because books are different length. But who makes the call on something like this? Is it the publisher? Is it the author? Like, who? Why not? Do the same thing. Like, I don't know, it bothers me probably more than it should, but sitting on a shelf, that's not gonna look good no matter how you sort things out. So anyway, here's another one that was sent to me by the good brother. Pretty sure Andy sent this. Yeah, I have the note in here. The Handyman Method, Nick Cutter's newest book. This might have been co-written by Andrew F. Sullivan. I haven't read this one yet, but I have read The Deep and The Troop by Nick Cutter, so very excited to check this out. I know that he has a couple other books out there that I've not read yet, but I loved those books when I read them years ago, and excited about a new one from him. Next up, I'll just do these back to back because they're sequels of one another, or, you know, one is a sequel of the other. But Gone to See the Riverman by Christopher Triana, and Along the River of Flesh. I've heard a bunch of things. If you watch any extreme horror YouTube video people or TikTokers, I'm not on TikTok, so I'm just assuming that's what these TikTokers are talking about. But I see it all over Reddit, all over Instagram, all over YouTube. Christopher Triana, these 2 books in particular, or at least Gone to See the Riverman is the first of the 2, mentioned a bunch. So I'm excited to finally get into those. I think I've only read like one other Christopher Triana book, although he wrote a couple of the splatter westerns that I actually never read because they're like the super thick ones out of that whole series. But another one from Judith, Gobbler, Fuck Your Thanksgiving. So I figure I'll wait till Thanksgiving time. This is going to be a super quick read, but I can only imagine what that's about. Another Judith, Zombie Vomit Shit Show. Yeah, that's probably going to be pretty extreme, I'd imagine, by the title, as well as that Gobbler one. Oh, that's broken forever, baby. Ogre, Brian G. Berry. I love the covers of these fucking books, man, so I had to pick this up. This looks like another fun one, I hope, in the vein of House Squatch there. This last one's probably not too extreme, although I've not read it, so maybe it is more on the extreme side for Mr. King. But that's Stephen King's Night Shift, a collection of short stories and stuff. I've not opened this one yet, but that has The Boogeyman, that has, I think, Salem's Lot is in here. There's a bunch in here of stories that I've not read of Stephen King's that now I finally can, so that's awesome. That does it for the books. I think I have a couple more that I haven't shown, but that's enough. You guys get the idea. And again, instead of, other than like 2 of them or 3 of them, those are all extreme horrors. And even a couple that aren't extreme horror books are written by extreme horror authors, besides the Stephen King one, of course. Next up, guys, here's the newest from Grindhouse releasing. Of course, rest in peace to the late, great Sage Stallone. He died years ago now, but he used to run the company, or at least co-run it. This is William Shatner in Impulse. Now, I've not seen this. This is still sealed. 1974. Came with this envelope. I'm not going to unseal it, but I think it's like just postcard, like screenshot things of the movie itself. But this one, I might have shown off. Andy sent this, I think. August Underground from Unearthed Films. I've been wanting to rewatch this shit for years. Movies don't usually bother me, and now that I'm jaded by these extreme books, I kind of want to see an extreme film. But I remember watching this years ago, and I don't know if I ever finished it, because this shit actually seems real. Like, obviously I know it's not, but of all the found footage movies I've ever seen, this one feels the realest, so I'm interested to see how I feel about it now, especially on Blu-ray. And I don't know how much they could have upgraded it, considering it's super low-budget shaky cam style shit, but definitely excited to own that. And it's another one to add to the Unearthed Films collection. So these other 2 have been sitting here for literally probably since the day of my last video. So they've been out of the box for a while, but they're both from Second Sight Releasing. And we have May and Frontiers, both very good fucking... I love Frontiers. Probably my favorite of the New Age French Extremity, whatever that movement is called. And May is fantastic as well. I actually only saw that for the first time on Shudder, like maybe 6 months ago or so. I don't know. It was recent, more recently than it should have been, but let's jump into some Vinegar Syndrome stuff now. Again, these have been sitting here forever, so don't ask me what month they're from. What month are we in now? September. So they're either August and September, or the September one's probably didn't ship yet, so who the fuck knows, guys? I don't think it really even matters at this point, but you've probably seen other people show these off too. But here's the replacement disc for Showgirls, the release of theirs that I already owned, of course. And again, some of these are extra, like, in terms of partner label stuff, but most of them should be Vinegar Syndrome, what's the word? Specifically? Vinegar Syndrome, like, not another fucking partner label is what I'm trying to say. So, Delirium. Again, I'm not going to say much about these because they've been sitting here forever, and I feel like I should have watched some of them by now, but I've not really been watching movies at all. I'm still on the reading kick. I've been playing a bunch of video games, and healing. I'm not really doing much, so I have time to do shit, but, yeah, not been into movies lately. I did watch Wrath of Becky, which is fantastic. I rewatched Becky and then watched Wrath of Becky, and it was very fucking fun. But, 1972 on this one. Kind of just all over the place today, guys. Sorry. Psycho Girls. Again, always love the artwork on this. You guys, you know by now the work that Vinegar Syndrome does. Maybe the movies they release don't necessarily deserve the love that they give, but they do it nonetheless. So, Terror at 10 Killer. This is actually a 4K release. It's from 1986. This one. Some nice nubile young ladies on the back there. I'm not gonna bring it closer, but. This one's fun. Gorgo. Add this to the Kaiju collection, of course. This is one of those slippy dippies that slide out. This is Vinegar Syndrome 440. I don't need to say the numbers and things, but I usually look at it in case it's like a VSA or VSU or whatever. But also 4K release on this. All of my Vinegar Syndrome videos get thumbs down, even though they don't show on YouTube anymore, the thumbs down. We still get them. Us YouTube creators or content creators, so I'm definitely getting thumbs down on this because Vinegar Syndrome fans are the worst, and God forbid they support another fan or at least another collector without shitting on them for not knowing every single scene from every movie made in 1972. This one just has one little thing in it. Ooh, that sounds like a breaker. Breaker 19. Get this bubble wrap out of the way. Because I feel like I don't know how to make videos anymore. Does that show right now? 10 years of celluloid and sleeves. A nice little sticker here. Nice little... Oh, I thought it was a magnet, but it's not. Vinegar Syndrome Media Club. Earn points. Am I already a member of this? Like, it says become a member today. I'm gonna have to look into that. Like, am I not a member if I've been a subscriber for like 4 years now? Anyway, guys, the Demon Rat. This one I ordered separately. VSA number 36. Again, I think, yeah, Mutantes del Año 2000. La Rata Maldita. Pretty sure I'm up to date on owning all of these VSAs, of course. Have I watched any of them? Maybe like 5. Another one, and then there's one more box after this. So, getting through this pretty quickly. Let me slice into my leg, right into the quad. Then you gotta cut it around the meat to get it out. Extra points if you guys know what that's from. Gotta cut around the meat. This is another one that I ordered separately. VSL now. Vinegar Syndrome Labs. Another bloody customer. This one, Guest House Paradiso. I don't know anything about this. 1999. Richie Twat. And Eddie Elizabeth Dingambaba proudly run the worst hotel in the world. With bills piling up and a myriad of issues coming to a head, it's up to them to provide the perfect guest house paradiso experience to the nice family during their stay. If only they stayed somewhere else. A weekend of nightmare situations involving exotic lingerie, Italian movie stars getting tapped, or trapped even, in an oven, and more vomit than you can imagine await anyone foolish enough to stay in the guest house paradiso. I remember watching the trailer for this before I ordered it, which is why I ordered it, of course, but don't remember shit about it other than that. But yeah, guys, and then this is the last one here. So, flying through this, I apologize, but like I said, I don't feel like I even know how to make videos anymore, plus I'm fucking sweating all over. Funny because before I started this I wasn't really sweating that much, but I guess just talking is exerting more energy than I have in the last few weeks, especially like I said, I've just been sitting around healing and not doing anything, you know, playing video games, reading of course, but not doing much. I've actually gained weight so much recently. I'm actually almost at my heaviest. You guys have seen me over the years fluctuate in weight and stuff. Maybe it doesn't show that much on camera, but up a lot of weight, down 40 pounds. You guys actually saw me as I was losing all that weight a few years ago, and now I've pretty much put it back all on, which is fucking crazy. But anyway, guys, that's all I'm doing is eating and sitting. But we have Killer Condom here. Another one of these side loaders. This, of course, is going to be a fun one, I'd imagine. 4K Ultra HD. Does this movie warrant a 4K Ultra HD? Probably not. 1996. But you guys let me know in the comments below how this one is. Killer Condom. God, am I even gonna enjoy that? Probably not. We have Cardona Collection Volume 2. I fucking love these collections of things that Vinegar Syndrome always does. But this has Beaks, the movie, Under Siege, La Casa que Arde de Noche, and SOS Conspirazione, or Conspirazione Bikini. Conspiracion, bro. Yeah, I can only imagine how these are gonna be absurd, over the top stuff. But the artwork is fucking fantastic. Again, love these collections. Multiple movies, more bang for your buck, if you will. Here is a replacement book that goes with that Showgirls replacement disc. They sent them in 2 different shipments for me. And last but not least, guys, this one looks fucking great. Amazon Jail 1 and 2, because why not? Again, 1982, 1987 for these ones. Yeah, don't know shit about this, just like the rest, but again, more bang for your buck on this. So that was, again, I don't think that was a September package because it's only the 10th, so I'd imagine I have another package from them coming this month. But anyway, guys, that'll do it. Maybe there's some other things laying around here that I need to show off, but who the fuck knows, man. I think I did my best here, and let me know in the comments below what you guys have been up to. Hopefully you guys are doing better than I am, although I gotta tell you, after that surgery, I'm doing fucking way better than I ever have, or at least in the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. I actually get to sleep throughout the night. I mean, listen, I still toss and turn. That's just always gonna be me, but I'm not in agonizing pain when I do it now. So, I mean, that's a huge plus. I actually get to sleep through the night. Because before that, probably like 6 months, I didn't get more than 4 hours of sleep every night. So definitely happy about that. And in fact, if anything, I sleep too much now because I never want to get up in the morning anymore. But I mean, I'm still going through some other medical things as well. I don't know if I mentioned when they did the MRI for my spine like a couple months ago, they found a growth on my kidney. So I'm still doing a bunch of testing for that, which has not been great in terms of the amount of fucking tests I've been going for. My doctor told me, nah, don't worry about it, but we can look into it. So going from not worry about it to I've already done an ultrasound. No, inconclusive. I have to do a CAT scan. I've done a CAT scan. No, inconclusive. You should do an MRI. So now I have to go back for another MRI of my abdomen to look at this growth and then go see a kidney specialist, aka nephrologist. So do I not worry about it, or do I do all these fucking things and go to a specialist? So who the fuck knows? But anyway, so I'm not out of the woods yet with all sorts of weird medical things, but at least my back is better for the time being. And the reason I even say that is because who knows when I start actually being active again, what can happen. But in terms of where I was before, I'm way better. No more pain down the leg and the hip and the ass cheek and all that stuff. So at least in terms of that, I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are too. Hit me in the comments below about anything you want, movie and book related, or just life related, because it's been so long. Thanks to everyone who's been sticking with me, of course. Thanks to anyone who's been sending me gifts, and I didn't mention your name. Of course, everyone knows Andy sends me awesome gifts all the time. Bill, I tried to email you. I don't know if you're watching this with the family. I tried to email you like a month ago. I don't know if it went through, if you got it. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, I get it. But just check your inbox there in case you missed it. And hit me up, man. Haven't talked to you in a while. So yeah, anyone else who wants to talk, of course, all my DMs and socials are down below. All my links down below. Amazon wishlist down below. Hit me up whenever you want, however you want, wherever you want. Yeah. Until next time, guys. Peace out and be good. Back, guys. In all my rambling, I forgot there was actually one more box here. So I'm going to have to splice these two videos together. But this is one from Amazon. And I felt bad not showing this off, so I had to come back on film here. Hey, Frank enjoyed the book from Andy. Hey, Frank enjoyed myself. I'm interested in this movie, but it hasn't been 80 years since I first heard of it. So I'm not allowed to watch it yet. That sounds about right, brother. First up, we have The Wrath of Becky, which ironically I just mentioned in this video. I watched it on my coworker's Plex server, which I guess is technically illegal. So I don't know if it's officially streaming anywhere. Also, ironically, they only released this film on DVD, which blows my mind in 2023, but there's like a bunch of bootlegs and shit on Blu-ray on eBay, but nothing official as far as I can tell from RLJ, or actually not even RLJ. This says Quiver Distribution, which is odd because I'm pretty sure RLJ had the rights to the first one. I don't know why they wouldn't have it for this. Anyway, Wrath of Becky was fucking tons of fun. If you guys have watched Becky and this one, or maybe just the first one, it's like a Home Alone gory edition, bloody edition, I don't know. First one had Kevin James in a non-comedic role. This one has Sean William Scott in a non-comedic role, and they both did great in their roles. And again, these movies are fucking fun. I hope they do a third one, but thank you, Andy, for sending that. And of course, another Stephen King book here, which is fucking awesome. Holly, one that I actually am excited to read. A bunch of Stephen King books I've not read in the past because they're huge. This one's not the biggest, but I know who Holly is, guys. Holly was originally introduced in the Bill Hodges trilogy. Mercedes Killer, or whatever the fuck those books were. It's right there, hidden by another book, of course. But anyway, Holly Gibney is a character that was first introduced in those, and she was in The Outsider, then she was in If It Bleeds, and now this. So I'm excited that she has her own book. I don't know the premise of this, but Mr. Mercedes. Why did I say Mercedes Killer? Idiot. Anyway, yes, thank you for that, and I had to add these to the back of the video there. So guys, that's it. Again, for the second time in this one. So until next time, peace out and be good.